you, Wendy. And thanks for having me. And thanks to all the participants. I can see that we now have almost 80 people joining us today. And I need to start with a very short apologies that I have a terrible cold. So I hope that my voice gets through to you loud and clear, and that I don't need to have too many breaks to, cough or whatever is associated with having a cold. And just so you know, it's not corona. I know that. It's just a cold. So I'm going to talk to you today about hybrid project management. And for me, a hybrid project management is when you combine the waterfall process and the agile process, which is, in my book, often what is needed when you are dealing with challenged or critical projects. I'm going to try to explain during my presentation why I feel this way and how I'm kind of like using the combination of waterfall and agile, and give you some examples of it. Might even take a couple of stories from real life. If it works. Wendy, I'm not able to... Oh, there we are. So one of the reasons why I use hybrid is that it gives me the ability to be predictable and at the same time work in an iterative manner. Sorry, to deliver incremental, use agile techniques, use detailed procedures at the same time, or processes. Sometimes in some of these large scales, challenge critical projects, we need to have a plan that is more rigid than you would usually use if you're trying to run a project or run a deliverable using agile techniques like Scrum. But at the same time, when you're dealing with critical or challenged projects, you also need to be able to quickly change. You need to be innovative, and you need to recognize when you need to change. So a lot of these critical projects is also usually based on a contract. A lot of the times with the projects that I'm dealing with, it's even based on a fixed price contract, where there is some expectation for the requirements before the project started. A lot of the projects that I'm dealing with is not a 3 months or 4 months or 6 month schedule. It can sometimes have a larger team size than what is the optimal solution for Agile. So in order to get this work to work and at the same time be productive, deliver what the end users, the client is expecting, I need to kind of like combine the techniques from waterfall, from project management techniques like they are defined in PMI, but then at the same time try to run the teams underneath it using agile process. And that's what I'm going to try to highlight to you today. From my perspective, the hybrid, where you combine the waterfall and the agile approach, is the best life cycle model. I apologize. Let's see if it works. So, what is a critical project? A critical project in my vocabulary is usually something that is strategic to business. Doesn't necessarily need to be a large project, but often critical projects have a tendency, at least in my experience, to be large projects. The end results could have a high business impact, high due to go-to-market deadlines, or high due to the functionality that it delivers or the data quality that it needs to deliver. So it's usually strategic to leadership. A critical project is often milestone centric, and that means that there is certain stages during the project where certain milestone needs to be met. Critical projects also have a tendency of having high complexity. That could be due to integrations, multiple stakeholders, stuff like that. So there is a lot of times dependencies, so that it's not necessarily a standalone project. You need to have good communication outside. Technology challenges, new technology influencing factors, or technology challenges because the size and the scale of the project or the size and the scale of the product gives you some technology challenges. Often critical project has data quality dependencies, so they have requirements to a very high level of data quality. And of course, critical projects has a requirement of being almost defect-free, so the software quality is usually high. As I said, a lot of times the critical projects that I'm working on also have large-scale contractual relationships. I've seen contractual agreements that has been made several years before the project ends, where there is 1,000 requirements stated out, pinning out, related to things like milestone, functionality, data quality, KPIs, SLAs, and stuff like that. All things that is important when you are delivering a software project as a project manager. One of the other reasons why I see a need of using hybrids is that a lot of the organizations that I'm dealing with, both on a delivery perspective, but also on a receiving perspective, those that has ordered or are receiving the software, they are not an agile organization. They are large organizations. They work in a hierarchical way, and that means that the way that they're used to thinking and the way that they communicate is hierarchical. And a lot of times the budget and business focus is the leadership perspective, so not necessarily the value. A lot of times it is other concerns, and they are expecting the value that the software project is delivering to be, given by itself. So the communication with leadership, middle management, the bureaucracy, the hierarchy, and the way that the teams are structured is hierarchical.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also getting complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.